Hi guys, someone requested a before and after picture. My bathroom, I'm updating it the best I can. I cleaned it the best I could. Now I'm taping it before I paint it. You see all the tape? To make it much easier when it comes time to paint. And it looks more professional. It's more straight lines. It's not sloppy. It's not just done by eye. I didn't make a comment. I'll put the link to the video in the description below about using older silicone that I had. If it gets too old, it gets runny. Like that's not really drying. But I'll get a silicone and I'll touch that up another time. But as you can see, that's good to tell you because I guess it's old and it separates the silicone, I guess, breaks down. It's very runny. See, I just got it all ready. I didn't take this one off. But this one I did. I went around the door. Make it easier when it comes time to painting. Even around there. And I did make a comment. The link will be in the description below. This here, this was all falling out. It was all loose. I went like this and it was falling out. It was pretty bad. So I gutted it out the best I could until I got all the loose garbage out. And, you know, I started adding spackle to it. And I pushed it all the way in and I let the layers dry. And it's all ready to be primed. I should prime it a little bit first, then paint it. But it's going to be light yellow. I'm going to do this time around. I'm going to use semi-gloss. I'm going to mix two things of paint. I'm going to use what I have. But I am going to mix it with a little bit of semi-gloss. So I did the best I could. The reason why I'm doing my own bathroom, oh, I forgot to tape that. Look at that. Got to tape it. If you watched my earlier video, I discussed that. I want to take the money that I saved and update the circuit breaker and get some electric done. But we are in a pandemic. I'm home a lot, getting some stuff done, and I could do it myself. So it's going to come along. Stay tuned. I'll show you the after pictures. Hi, folks. Someone requested before and after pictures, so I'm going to give you a before and after view. This is the second closet. I have all the shelves out. I want you to see. I added the link in the description below to the earlier video. I speak about prepping is so important. I used an old scrub brush and I scrubbed the bottom of the trim to loosen up, to get all the loose pieces off the best I could. And then I taped the carpeting. As you can see all the scuffs. It's old, dried, flat paint. Look at that. It's really scuffed up. Over here, I speak about these in the earlier video. I cleaned them and now I'm going to tape around them because this is a solid wall. I'm not going to take them off. You can see all the scuffs. You see, this place is clean. I sponged it down. It's ready to be primed. It's just that it's so old. It needs so much love. It's so dried out. You know, I should do that corner a little bit too. See if any of those pieces come off. It's really, look at that. You know, this is a main closet that I used all the time compared to the other three. I would think that this is in worse shape than everything else. Okay, sorry I have the microphone covered. I'm going to stand back. This all started a couple of months ago. I did have some old yellow paint and some old flat paint, and I mixed them, and I did that corner just to bring it back to life. You can tell I already primed that on the bottom, and I have it all taped. And then the super from next door, his daughter bought the apartment next door to me, and he's working. He told me what to do. He told me, he made suggestions. He's guiding me right. I bought satin linen for this third of the apartment. For this wall here, you see I have everything taped. And I cleaned everything, every corner. I cleaned all the dirt off the, all of this. This is covered. That's a plastic covering that starts from there and goes down here, goes down here. It's for the cable wire, for the internet service provider. It goes all the way there in the corner. I cleaned it and it was coming off. It was all loose, especially this side. You could just pull it off. Dollar store glue, glued it back on, prepped it up. Made sure everything is super duper clean. Now I'm getting ready to paint. I'm getting there. So it's going to be satin linen, and I'm going to paint this part here satin linen, and then I'm going to do this wall here up to there. I have 2 gallons. That should cover that. Then I have some cottage white that I never opened. I'll probably do this wall again. I apologize. My place is it just turned upside down. Before I move forward, oh, okay, you know what? Guys, here's a suggestion. I bought the cheapest paint they had, Home Depot, satin linen, and then I got 1 gallon of semi-gloss for the closets. And see this big thing? That's ceiling paint, and I still have some in that one. I'm using that as primer and for the ceiling. This all started last July. I thought I could get ahead, and I said I'm better off doing it myself during the pandemic. See that fan? See that fan? It wasn't wired properly. The super of the building didn't do it properly, and now I'm hiring a professional to do it, a licensed electrician, to come here so I can finally use my fans, because it's a fire hazard. It doesn't have a double port. Like, this isn't new, but this is. See, up and down, and this. You should be able to use the light and the fan at the same time, but you need to take 1 port and then go like that for 2 different functions. You get it. You have to pay a professional to do that. And this is very old. See that? Very, very old. I'm going to replace the whole unit. The super of the building next door, his daughter bought the apartment next door to me, replaced the whole unit, and the board approved it. So he's going to contact his guy, and eventually he's going to come here and do this for me this summer, hopefully in the next few weeks. I say replace the whole circuit breaker. Bring it. I need it to be brought up to code, circuit breaker. Replace the whole unit, the entire unit. A company wanted to replace just the knobs. Good thing he's helping me. I'm replacing the whole unit, not just these. I'm leaving this whole thing here. I want it all replaced. And he's going to do the fans. That's going to be a couple of $1,000. Well, those last few checks I'm receiving from FPUC, it's going to pay for that. And that's why I'm doing the rest of the cleaning and the painting the best I can. I'll do it myself. See, I'm doing the ceiling a little more. You can see the tape. It wasn't done properly. And he did come back twice, and good thing I forced him to come back the second time. At least the super from next door, he came over and he checked out my place. He said, add some more spackle and use a damp sponge and smooth it out before you paint it, Michelle. So he really is guiding me right, and I'm going to give it 2 coats. So guys, this is the kind of stuff you got to do when you want to save money. It's coming along. I just have to think by the end of August, all my closets will be done, my bathroom will be updated, and at least half my apartment will be fresh, painted, and clean. Stay tuned for the finished results. It was a great idea. I forget who mentioned it, but thank you. These are all tips and tricks. You can do a lot yourself. Okay, guys, have a good one. Bye. Hi, guys. I figured upload this video now. It will keep viewers in anticipation for the finished results. I want to share with you that, I've been working on my place all day. If I took an educated guess to the amount of money that I'm going to save doing a lot of the work myself, we'll talk about the closets, most of the apartment, and a windowsill that I'm going to strip because it's such in bad shape on the other side, and do it properly. If you count all the labor, you're talking major labor. If I'm taking an educated guess, $3,000, and I'm going to do a better job. I did ask someone if they wanted the job to do my closets, and I read their body language. And then the pandemic started. And then I said, I am pretty handy. I didn't plan on doing this again in my lifetime to this level. I could do it. I could gut out my world. I'm going through everything that was ever thrown in my closet. I threw out bags of stuff. I got everything out of there. That's the second closet I'm hitting. You see all the scuffs, and that's the closet I use the most. You see all the scuffs, all the damage. I read the guy's body language. He didn't want the work. Nobody would have done it nobody would have done, the first closet I did great, and I plan on doing the other 3 even better. Nobody would have scraped all the paint off the trim. Nobody would have put tape on the carpeting. People are so lazy in this day and age. I mean, I hired someone to do the ceiling last year, and they did it by eye. And I was like, at first, I was like, yeah, it looks good. And then after a couple of days, I'm like, this is a really sloppy job. That things happen for a reason. Instead of getting angry, you could take action and make it better. But not many people would get in that closet. And then I even filled in holes. There were holes in that closet that I didn't mention earlier. That I put spackle in and I sanded them down. And I took big sponges and I went in there and squeezed it out, like rinsed off the sponge at least 4 times, got all the dust and dirt off. That's just beat up. That's just extra dry. It's an old closet. Those closets in the front get very hot in the winter because that's where the main pipes are. So you have to take all that into consideration. 22 years of heat and constant use, and it's really dry. So I will upload the finished product probably towards the end of August. I'm saving a lot of money doing this myself. Nobody would give those closets the kind of love that I'm giving them. And I'm doing it right. And because of the super that runs many buildings in this area, his daughter bought the apartment next door. He's the one who's guiding me right, helping me along, he's telling me the right materials to buy, that any work that I do will last for a very long time. Semi-glossing closets makes a lot of sense. Totally makes a lot of sense. I'm going through all this trouble. I might as well do the best that I can and do it right. Now, the circuit breaker. Guys, the board told me to call someone. They have a company in town that do a lot of electric work in all the co-ops in the village that I live in. And they're a lot more money. The guy next door, he's updating his daughter's apartment that she bought. He replaced the circuit breaker. He replaced that unit to bring it up to circuit breaker, the modern ones. But the company that the board suggested to me, he had them here first, and they didn't want to replace the whole unit. They just wanted to replace the knobs, and they wanted to charge almost $1,000 more. That's major work, because you have to go all the way up the building through other apartments, and then someone has to approve the work that was done, and then everything's good. But he's getting his man that did it for a lot less. It was approved by the board. He's licensed. He communicated with the board the entire time. He dealt with the super, because the super has to be around, because that's part of his job. You have to make sure if someone's updating something like that. And there's a lot at play. He takes care of everything. That's what he told me. The man who's helping me, he goes, Michelle, they take care of everything. I said, I'm dead serious. And I told him about my situation with the money. I said, I'll take those last few checks. I want my place updated properly by your man. Can you please get him? Because he's going to save me a lot of money. And he's going to do it right. And he's going to take care of all the responsibility of dealing with the board and the communication. That's exactly what he said to me. He does all the communication with the board. He takes care of it. You're paying him to provide a service. That's the kind of worker that I want. That's the kind of worker that I want to hire. Done right. So I want the whole unit updated properly. If I'm going to go through that much trouble, I want it done right. So, guys, stay tuned for the future video. What else is there to tell you? It's going to be a lot of work. I'm willing to do it. I can save a lot of money. I'm going to work on my business. I'm starting to get back out in the field and do other things. I'm going to start that shopping gig, and I'm going to work on my home. And my goal is, by the end of August, all of this should be done. And then I'll upload a video showing you the results. I can't wait to show you. I hope he takes the job. Show you the updated circuit breaker. Show you that the fans work properly, that I can dim the light and use the fan at the same time. There's a lot at stake. You know, when you do everything yourself, it's hard to trust people. A lot of people, sorry guys, but a lot of people want to do half-assed jobs. It's just a fact. You know, I saw his body language when I asked the person, you want that job for the closets? Forget it, I'll do it myself. I'll do it better. And I am. Okay, so stay tuned. Thank you for the idea. Job something. This is the before, and stay tuned for the finished results. And I will add the link in the description below when that time comes, and vice versa. I'll connect the videos. Have a good one, folks. Take care, everybody. Good luck. Bye-bye.